Check this out, guys. Isn't that amazing? Let's make our very own "The Earth Without Art is Just poster. Grab a piece of paper and a permanent marker, find the middle side of your paper, put a dot there, and then connect the dots with a flattened or a squished rainbow. Find the middle of the rainbow, pull your finger down, and put a little polka dot there. Those are our guide dots. Now I'm going to make a curve that goes from one side of my palette over to that dot. And then things are going to get a little different on the other side. I'm making a curve that's almost like a letter U, and then another curve like a small letter C. I like to practice with my finger first so that I know exactly what I'm about to draw. And then another little curve. Hey, look at that. We just made a palette. Put an oval near the bottom. And then let's have a paintbrush coming out from that opening. So I'm using my finger to draw two diagonal lines. I'll take my line to the top of the palette, and then maybe a little V at the bottom for the bottom of the paintbrush. You could make the brush itself very curvy. I did that with a couple of curves that connect. Go ahead, decorate your brush any way that you like. When your brush is finished, let's give our paint palette a face because why not? I'm using two big circles. I'll add a couple of circles inside for the highlights, and then I'm going to color in the rest. Give it a little mouth if you want to. Of course, you don't have to draw a face. You're the artist. You get to decide. When your faces on your brush and on your palette are complete, let's add the continents to the paint palette. You could add all the continents or as many as you can squeeze in. It does help to look at a globe or a map to get an idea of the continents to draw. Then let's go ahead and write whatever we want on our poster. I'm writing the Earth. Did you know that the word art is inside of Earth? Of course you knew that. Without art. I like to use a fun font or a style of writing when I write my letters. It helps to practice writing in different kinds of ways. You could do that on a scrap piece of paper and come up with your own style of writing or your own font. You could even name it after yourself. This right here is a font that I like to call Cassie's font. You can borrow it anytime you like. When you're done, grab your crayons, markers. Actually, I scratched that. Only grab your crayons. You could use oil pastels if you have them, but I'm going to stick with crayons. The reason I hesitated on markers is because what we're about to do next. So color with crayons and then grab a sheet of aluminum foil and then snag those markers. I'm going to be coloring kind of like a tie-dye. And my tie-dye is going to go in rainbow order. So I'm going with Roy G. Biv to help me remember the order of the colors in the rainbow. You're coloring with water-based markers. Your drawing has to be done with a permanent marker. I'll say that one more time for the people in the back. When you're coloring on your foil, you're using water-based markers. That's important. When you're coloring on your poster when you were drawing it, it has to be done with a permanent marker. Now, if your marker starts to dry on your foil, don't you worry your pretty little head. Then take a sponge and really dampen your artwork. Lay your foil on top with the marker side down and press firmly. Really, really massage that paper. Now, I did that step quickly of putting water on my paper. It's very important that you get a lot. The water is what grabs the marker off of your masterpiece and makes it look amazing.